No cousin, but it's a job switch for three cousins. We always get to the right of your block. The king is the living, it was ever done somehow. I think of a little something like this. At some point, you will be affected by something said on your show. But playing devil's advocate is meant to be informed, but open, honest, and more importantly, judgment-free dialogue. The opinions expressed here may not necessarily be those of the host or of the show in general, but we're willing to have the uncomfortable conversations so that we can heal and find solutions for our listeners and quite possibly even ourselves. Enjoy the show.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Playing Devil's Advocate. I am your host, Miss KiKi, the consummate provocateur, and for the next 120 minutes, we are going to edutain you. That means for the next 2 hours, you are going to be educated and entertained. We have a fun show lined up for you guys today. I've been so excited about it ever since we put it together, and I can't wait to get to it. But before I can do any of that, I need to do some of the light housekeeping and tell you that if you are just now joining us, we are here each and every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central, and 10 p.m. to you guys on the East Coast. If you happen to miss the live broadcast of our show, don't worry. You can always check out the archives by going to iTunes Store, typing in our name, Playing Devil's Advocate, and you will be able to download any episode that we do here on Playing Devil's Advocate. While you're there in the iTunes Store, please, please, please type in my name, KiKi Richardson, and there you'll be able to download yourself a copy of my book, The Other Woman Code of Conduct, What Every Other Woman Should Know and Men Too. There it is right there. That's the actual physical copy of it, but you can download the electronic copy right there in the iTunes Store. Also, if you don't have access to the iTunes Store, stop living under a rock. No, just kidding. If you don't have access to the iTunes Store, you can always go to KiKiRichardson.com, and there you'll be able to purchase a copy of my book, download any archived episodes, purchase merchandise, t-shirts, all that good stuff that we have right there. Find out about our guests, our hosts, everything on KiKiRichardson.com. So make sure you stop by there. We are tweeting in real time, so if you have a comment for us or our guests, make sure that you are following us on Twitter at PDA_Miss KiKi, and that you send us a tweet, and we will eventually get your comment on air because I have a whole lot of stuff to do. You can also post it to our Facebook wall if you like by going to facebook.com/Playing Devil's Advocate and posting your comment there, and we will get it on the air. You can always give us a call right here at 347-237-5271. Don't forget to press 1 so that we know you're in the queue and you have something you would like to share with us. We have some lovely ladies lined up for you guys today, and I can't wait to get into it. And before I can do any of that, I have to bring in my homegirl who rides shotgun with me each and every week. She hails from my hometown, the Windy City, and she is a fallen angel. And if you don't know how she fell from grace, she coined phrases like lube is for amateurs. Yeah, that's what I said. Lube is for amateurs. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the show my girl, Miss Sporty, Spunky, Angel. I just want to know who the hell you know that you can get some hot ass intro music.
You.
Oh well, okay. Good answer. If we on family food, good answer. Good answer.
Good answer. Yeah. What?
All right. You know, earlier I said when we periscoped on well, actually, we face scoped, which was FaceTime and Periscopes earlier,
Yes,
and then we did a
did.
Periscope about the show. I said make sure that everybody tunes in for the shenanigans, the capital SHE, because this show is full of estrogen tonight. It's only women on the channel. I don't know. You know, usually for me, I like it when we have a bunch of testosterone, but tonight I think we're going to have some fun with these ladies. I'm excited. that we have, just so let me let you know. Tonight's show is Women in Comedy. I know you know that, Sporty, because you helped produce this show. You helped book the talent for this show. But for our audience, I just want to let them know a few months back we did the business of comedy, and the women were underrepresented, just like in the real world of comedy. And like I said earlier, underrepresented is actually, I'm using that term loosely. They were non-existent on those shows. It was overwhelming, the response that we got from the male comedians, that we actually had to have 2 shows to fit all the guys in. You know, we had Rodney Perry, we had Damon Williams, we had Owen Smith, Alex Thomas, Ali Leroy. We call him Moses. For those of you guys do not know, he's one of the co-creators of Everybody Loves Chris, and he actually won a couple Emmys for that show, so he was on the air with us, and we had a great time. So turnabout is fair play. It's the ladies' turn. I wonder if I have anything that might represent that in my little sound cue here. No, I don't. Oh, well, I thought I had ladies' night. Well, you know, but I thought I had it, but I don't. Apparently, I must be slipping on my pimping. Either that or, you know, Blog Talk is doing that BS again. But without further ado, I want to bring in, let's see. She joined us on the stream earlier. She's so excited to be here, and she's expressed it on several occasions. And she even on Periscope today said that she was going to turn up and even wear some bottoms. I don't know what that means.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
She think I didn't catch it because I didn't say anything. I don't know what that means, and I don't, you know what, since we're on live on YouTube, I don't even really want to know if I want to know what that really means. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is my first time meeting her. Please help me. You okay over there?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, please help me. You just excited? You overwhelmed?
Yeah.
Please help me in welcoming Correy Bell to the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Woohoo!
Hey, y'all.
Hey, lady, how are you?
I am absolutely ecstatic to be here. If I felt any better, I'd be twins. I don't know if y'all can handle 2 of me, though.
I don't know. I don't think that that's possible. I don't think we should even attempt to try to find that out. That's an answer. That's a question that should never be answered. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
If it was 2 of y'all. All right, we do have another lady who is on the line, and I'm sure we will be getting the third one momentarily, if that isn't her already in the queue, but I know my producer's already working on it. But ladies and gentlemen, she, this lady here, I've met her a couple times. You may have seen her on Bounce TV's Off the Chain, that's hosted by Rodney Perry. You may have actually seen her on the road with Rodney Perry. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show the lovely Kiana Dancie. What's up, lady?
Hey,
We are wonderful. Thank you, and thank you for joining us tonight. We wanted to make sure we represent the ladies right as we should, since we let the boys do it, and we know that this is a male-dominated business that you ladies are in. So we want to give you guys an opportunity to shine, and absolutely. It's always, here's the thing, we always let them think they run it. That's it. You know, we always have to let them think they run it. But, you know, tonight is all about the ladies, and I'm happy to have y'all. Oh, no, I let them. That may have something to do with it. You might be representative of one of the ladies in my next book, Single and Successful, 10 Reasons Why It's You, Not Him. But we're not going to talk about that tonight either. We're not going to talk about that tonight either. So listen, ladies, I'm just gonna start throwing. Sporty and I are gonna start throwing out questions to you. We want our audience to actually get to know you a little better. So since we introduced Corey first, we're gonna give Corey an opportunity to introduce herself to the audience. Let her know where she's from. Give her a little bit about her. Go ahead, Corey. You're up.
All right. I am Corey Bell. I am a married mother of five who got sick and tired of people going, girl, you too funny. You missed your calling. And that is really how I started. I think I've been funny all my life. I've never thought that I was funny. Other people kept telling me I was funny, and I got sick of hearing it. And that's how the whole comedy thing started. I am still fairly new. I'm not even 1 year old yet in the comedy game. I know. I know I'm still a baby, something
It's
like that.
okay.
But like I said, when you've been doing it all your life, you pretty much, it just is. So it's pretty much I just dove into it full time a little less than a year ago, and it has been one hell of a ride. It just kind of took off, and I was, I'm excited about it, and now I'm sitting here with y'all, chillaxing on playing devil's advocate,
That's
with all
what's
the people.
up. That's what's up. Let me see what's going on with Miss Kiana Dancie over there. I gave them a little sprinkle of who you are and what you've done. Go ahead and share with them a better idea of who you are. Oh, oh, oh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
Nothing good can come from that. Nothing good can come from that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh. Right. Girl, you know those Asians are right quite
Too
crafty. They're quite
funny.
crafty. I don't even know why you was even trying to play it. Oh, I'm done. I'm done. Hmm. I know. That's okay. They will learn. They got to learn sometime, right? So no better time than the present. No better time than the present. We, but you know what? If you were on this video stream with us right now, it would be a different story. But since you're not, we're going to let you slide. That's okay. That's okay. We no, you probably that's okay. Who cares? Listen, let me tell you something. We don't care where you are. We're glad that you're here. We will be getting our third comedian in just a few moments. They're getting to their destination, but in the meantime, in between time, I just want to let everybody know, for those of you guys who just may be joining us, this is Playing Devil's Advocate. I am your host, Miss KiKi, the consummate provocateur, and today we're doing women in comedy. Right now, we have Correy Bell with us, and we have Kiana Dancie, also my faithful homegirl who rides shotgun with me every single week. Miss Sporty Spunky Angel is with us, and we are going to jump into the questions and find out what it is like for these ladies being in the business of comedy. Sporty, I'm going to start with you. I'm going to let you throw something out there to the ladies. I know you have a question. We want to give everybody a chance to get something, so if we can keep them as succinct as possible, that would be wonderful. Go for it, Sporty.
Awesome, awesome. Well, let's start with Corey, and let me just say I am so proud of my friend Corey. She is one of my good girlfriends. I really want to know, being new to the comedy game, what would you say is your biggest challenge?
First of all, don't make me emotional on this phone because I'm a real thug, and all of that
My
emotion
bad,
don't
G.
make me don't make me
My
get
bad,
emotional. I'm a thug. I'm from
G.
Chicago. Don't do
I,
that. Right
okay.
now, really being new. Like I said, I just a little bit of history. When I decided that I was going to start comedy, the third comedian that's coming in, she actually put me up on my first stage at my first comedy set, and she did it after I told her not to. And she was like, "Look, you're either going to sink or you're going to swim, but you're going to get up there."
Mm.
And I did it, and I never got off the stage since. But since that's happened, it kind of, like I said, it kind of took off. I am out every maybe once or twice a month in different cities performing. I just came back from Jamaica for 8 days. I opened up for Elephant Man, opened up for Genuine. And the hardest challenge I have now is coming back home, and everybody wants to know, well, who's new girl and how's she going everywhere, and who does she know, and how she getting to do what she's what she's doing. And it's like, you know um to be
Your
able to
biggest challenge is
go
haters.
away. Well,
Your biggest challenge are
I don't even
haters.
know if I don't know if they're haters. I think it's just more like, where in the hell did she come from? You
Right. Where did she
know,
come from?
and they, it's pretty much trying to figure me out, and then, having to go and improve. In Chicago, there is a lot of talent,
Oh,
whether
I
it's
know.
entertainment, singing, whatever it is, there is so much of it here. So the hardest part is being the new person, being new and being female. So now I get the whole, man, you funny for a chick, for a female, that was good. And it's like, no, I'm funny,
Okay.
period.
Okay.
So just being able to get out and get on the stage, being new and being a female is my biggest challenge right now.
All right. Well, speaking of that young lady who put you on, threw you out into the deep end and said, sink or swim, baby. We're about to bring her in right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited. I'm going to have to get her note first to see if she had a hall pass for being late. But we'll bring her in right now. Ladies and gentlemen, please help us in welcoming Just NESH to the show. Hey, hey, Nish, I just want to say for the record, I apologize to you in advance. This is KiKi. I want to apologize to you in advance. Corey told us we were saying your name wrong, and I specifically asked if it was Niche like Nisha or Nesh like Mesh, and I was told Nesh like Mesh. So I apologize for all the periscopes that I put out and said your name incorrectly. I apologize. So welcome to the show. Okay. Well, since you joined in, and right before we get to Kiana to ask her a question, how long have you been doing comedy? And I'll just piggyback on Sporty's question. How long you've been doing it, and what do you find the biggest challenge to be for yourself as a woman in comedy? You can say this. We are uncensored, unscripted, unapologetic. Say whatever you want. Right. Hey, I think you should. All right.
Woo!
All right. Kiana. Hey,
Right.
that's what we need. Mm. Hmm. Right. Right. Right.
I
Yeah,
think I
I get
don't.
it. That's what he said. Wait a minute. Let me make sure I understand it. Kiana, let me make sure I understand what you're saying. You saying you think the opposite of if you find somebody that you want to date to just go ahead and date them? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hmm. Yep. Yep.
Right. Right. Right.
The
smooth
smooth
part.
part. I think she
Smooth
said
part.
The
Ain't no hoe.
smooth part.
She did. She
Yeah,
did. She said
I'm
the
glad
smooth part. Ain't no hoe. All right. Oh,
you.
there it is. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Hmm.
Right.
All right. Well, I mean,
Right.
everything
Funny
ain't for
boy, check.
everybody. Everything ain't for everybody, and that's absolutely okay. And you're absolutely right. Do not explain ever. You don't have to justify. Question. We got a bunch of questions for you guys, so I'm gonna ask you guys to keep your answers as succinct as possible because a lot of people had a lot of questions for y'all, and I want to make sure we get them in there as much as possible. One of the things that has come in to ask you guys, and I'll start with Corey since you the newbie, and then I'll go to Niche since she's a mid at 3 years, and then we'll round it out with Kiana because she can talk for days. I, You know what? As soon as I said that, Corey dropped from the line. I guess she was like, "To hell with that! I ain't going first." So we're gonna start with you, Niche, right now. Okay. So one of the things that what people wanted to know was who do you find is one of or more of your comedy influences? Who were your influences? Okay. Cool beans. I I think we got. Okay, go ahead, Kiana. No, you go. Mm-hmm. I ain't
Mm.
fooled. Okay. All all right, we got Corey back. Let's see who her influences are.
Okay. Were we only because I came right in when they were picking? Is it like are we limited or?
No.
Your
Okay.
influences, whoever
Um,
your influences are.
my my influences, if we're talking about big names, I have always been a big fan of Monique. Monique is on my bucket list to like meet and sit down and talk to. I absolutely adore Monique. Um, God, it really really is a lot. I'm a big fan of Kevin Hart. I'm a Kevin Hart fan, diehard Kevin Hart, and I'm a diehard Martin Lawrence fan. I love Martin Lawrence because of his diversity and all of the different roles that he can play. He can just jump in and out of character, and I think that that's pretty dope. And we're not even going to talk about my local people. Obviously, my big sister, Just NESH, is one of my favorite people in the world, so I follow her around half the time. But there really are a lot. By me being new, especially in the game, I respect the talent, and then I respect the grind, because a lot of people are out telling jokes, but they don't really want it. So it's the people that I see that are really, going hard for it, and out all night, out 3-4 times a week, and really trying to get on, that I absolutely love.
Okay. All right, that's good stuff there. What do you think? What do you think? When do you think that you knew that you wanted to do comedy? And we'll keep the same order as long as Corey don't try to take up the rear again. We're gonna start with Corey. We got NESH and then Kiana. When did you know this is it? This is what I want to do?
I went to Jamaica last year, and just by happenstance, I had a microphone was shoved in my hand because someone wasn't available to host a party on the resort, and it was right after the 2 comedians that were actually there. I just went up and pretty much just hosted a party, and the jokes started flowing out. And the bigger name comedians that were actually there that stopped me in the middle of my set and was like, yo, you got it. And then 500 people started cheering me on. I was like, I might be on to something. So I would say about a year ago in July, and then I got here, got scared, and then Tanisha was like, yeah, whatever, you going anyway. And ever since then, that's where it was.
All right. What about you? Since they keep calling you by your government name, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to call you by your stage name. NESH. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kiana. I can't imagine seeing you standing up in court and something just ignorant fly out your face. But then again, our resident legal expert, Sporty, she's a piece of work.
Yeah.
So and she said in court one day, there was a police officer. She said they were doing there was a sting operation where they were trying to get her client in on a prostitution sting, right? And so the detective was on the stand or whatever, and he was giving his testimony, and she says, "Well, can you explain to me what your dick was doing out?" That's what she said to him in court. In open court, can you explain to me what your dick was doing out? And he was like, and she just literally stood there looking at him like, yeah, I would like to know. Like, if you working, why is your dick out? And long story short, she won the case. Go ahead, Sporty, had a question for y'all.
Okay, well, since all 3 of you are definitely unique women, and the one question that came to mind for me was, what makes you unique in this comedy game? What makes you unique? What's different about you?
Correy.
And of course, I'm going first. Right, Corey, right. I knew it.
First. Last one in, first
right,
one up.
Thanks. No pressure around here, clearly. What makes me unique? I think what makes me unique is I do a lot of my comedy is a lot, and just like everybody else's, is a lot of telling stories about your actual life. And some of the stuff that I talk about, I promise you, if there were cameras in my house, you guys still wouldn't believe me. I can't make half of this shit up. But I think what makes me unique is the fact that my jokes are original because they're tailored to my life, and people laugh at them, but it's really the life that I live. And that, you know, I don't have to worry about if somebody else is going to tell this joke or if somebody else is going to talk about this, because if you didn't wake up in this house with these 5 children and my husband, you would have no idea, you know. So I just think basically tailoring my comedy after my life is what makes my jokes separate from everybody else.
Okay.
Beautiful. All
Niche.
right, Niche, what do you say? Hmm.
Okay. Mhm.
Right.
Mhm. Me.
Right.
Right.
Mhm.
Good
Right.
answer. And Kiana, you know what I think, and because I am a life coach, one of the things is that I find compelling about that statement that it would take you 20 years to find it is that it will take most of us that long to find our voice once we go in search of it. Many of us don't go in search of it, but now that you guys are on that quest to go in search of your voice, it may take that time to do it because you're a work in progress, and as you progress, so will your voice. With that being said, speaking of a
Kiki,
voice, yes, ma'am.
Kiki, I'm
Yes.
in search of something.
Oh
I'm in
shit.
search of something and it's very, very important. And damn it, I want it and I want it now. I'm in search
Okay.
of a motherfucking drink. Could I get one?
All right, ladies, listen. This is the time of the show where we all do our producer's drink of the week. It's a couple moments we take out to give our producer, who is always drunk at the controls, an opportunity to show her skills of being a mad scientist with the libations. And tonight's drink is no different. I'm going to go ahead and mute all of you guys so you can listen for yourselves and hear all about it. I'm periscoping at the same damn time. So for those of you guys, we're going to go ahead and let y'all find out about the producer's drink of the week. The name of it is Blue Breeze Teeny.
Blue Breeze Tea. All right, tonight's drinking we're going to use an ounce of light rum, an ounce of coconut rum, an ounce of ginger liqueur, a half an ounce of blue curacao, and a half an ounce of cranberry juice. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to combine all the ingredients into a shaker, shake over ice, and serve in a chilled martini glass with a sugar rim. And there you have it, Blue Breeze Teeny. All right, guys, be safe, enjoy, drink responsibly. I'll see you next week.
Now, I don't know if you've had an opportunity to see this drink, but if you go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/playing devil's advocate, you will get an opportunity to see this gorgeous, gorgeous blue drink, and you will get an opportunity to check out the ingredients. Let us know what you guys think about it, and I'm afraid to even find out. Any drink that looks this good has to be bad. It has to be bad.
Yes.
And there's nothing good can come from this blue drink. Ain't Viagra blue? Ain't nothing good can come from that. Speaking of Viagra. Speaking of Viagra.
Right. I couldn't tell you what it is.
Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about Viagra. You don't necessarily have to need it in order to use it. Not that I'm just saying, being a sex worker, it does have some extra added effects. But speaking of Viagra, did y'all hear that Joe Jackson? Y'all heard that Joe Jackson had a stroke, right? And he had a stroke because of Viagra. Is there I know it's bad, but the first thing came to my mind was a really bad joke about who's he trying to fuck now. But my question is, are there any subjects, any topic, is there anything that is off limits that you absolutely will not just say, you know what, I'm not going to touch that? And I'll start with you, Corey.
Of course, and we're back. Back to me. Off limits. No. I don't do a whole lot of dick and pussy jokes. Not really my thing. But
why not? You got
pretty much. That's why I don't do them no more. Every time I say it, I'm pregnant. Ain't nobody got time for that.
She like,
I'm over it.
So I don't get it. Okay.
Yeah, I could. Did you see it? Did you see how I hesitated when I said it? I can't even say it and stop. I be ovulating, so I can't do those jokes. But for the most part, yeah, I'm because I start with myself. I figure if I can talk about myself, everybody else falls under the radar. So no, nothing's off limits.
Got it. What about you, Niche? Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mhm.
Exactly.
I'm gonna flip the script on y'all. I'm gonna flip the script on y'all. We've been making Corey go first. I'm gonna go to Kiana first since she laying in the bed and she getting real comfortable. Yeah, I'm gonna start with her. Mhm, mhm.
Thank you.
I don't. I don't care. I ain't looking at you anyway. I don't really give a rat's ass. We are uncensored, unscripted, unapologetic. It's the internet. We can do whatever we want. We don't have no FCC breathing down our neck. I want to know for you, the first time you got booed, what was that like? What was going on when you got booed? Like what happened? Right.
Mm. Uh-uh. Mm, mm, mm.
You know what? I'm with your mama. I was with your mama on there. I'm like, if you gonna get booed, the best way to place to get booed is the Apollo, because
Follow.
that doesn't really say if you're good or bad. It's just about their mood. I'm with your mama on that one, Kiana.
Oh my God.
That's okay. What about you, Niche? I was gonna get to heckless next. I'm getting to heckless next, honey. Okay, well let me be the first. Boo! No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna. Okay, and go ahead, Corey.
Now, thank God I haven't gotten booed, but I did bomb real hard. Oh my God. To even talk about it, no. It was worse. You know what's worse than a boo? Nothing. When you get like no laugh, no nothing, and they just
Hmm.
look at you, that is worse than a boo. I would have rather somebody just hit me like with, or like Sandman would have came out with the damn hook. I was at the the infamous Jokes and Notes my very first time, and I had already hyped myself up. You know, that this was like big and it was major and all the comics were there, and they called me up and I was ready, and I got up there and the lights were there, and you only get 3 minutes. And I stood there and the lights were there, and I was like, yeah, so um yeah, so how about the ladies? Give it up for yourselves. And you don't even remember. And then at like the 2 minute mark, the light comes on. And when the light came on, it was like, yo, stupid. And I was like, oh, I remember what I want to say. But by that time, the DJ was like playing the music. So it was like, give it up for Corey Bell. And like nobody did anything. That is worse than a boo. And I had to walk back through 30 comedians that was like, wow. So, but I promise, I swear, the next week though, I had already said in my mind, like, I'm killing these fools next week. I came in there like with Rocky Balboa theme music in the back, and I did. I was like, yeah, take that, non-clapping, booing crowd, take that.
KiKi, I got a boo for Correy and NESH. And that is, I need them to stop having gigs on the same day I have gigs so I can see them. So boo to both of y'all, because y'all work the same damn days I do, and I appreciate it. Did you? That's when Kiana and Rodney was here. Oh.
Well, if you're working, it's all good. It's all good. Hey, question about, since you brought up the hecklers. We're gonna go to you first, NESH, and then we're gonna go to Kiana so she don't dip out on us with the Sandman. And then all right, go.
Uh-uh.
He was testing you. Okay. Okay. Go ahead, Kiana. Okay. What about what about you, Corey?
Right. You know what? I get a lot of hecklers again because most people be like, they don't know who I am, so they good for trying me. But it is my pleasure to eat up a heckler. I'm just like the other girls. I have jokes. I have material. I don't need the crowd, to pick on the crowd to make myself funny. I have my own material. But if you come for me, I'm probably gonna give you exactly what you're looking for. I'll never forget. I had a dude that didn't come for comedy. Like they came to a show, and the show ran late. And after the show, it's like a party that goes on. So the party dudes had showed up, and they were talking in the middle of my set. And dude, I talked about this dude leggings so bad that him and his whole crew. I swear to God, he had on his daughter's skinny jeans, and they had party pockets.
Oh.
The ones with the little sparkles on the back. And he wanted to fight me so bad. I swear to God. I was like, you know what? Security is gonna have to walk me up out of here, because he got so angry, because he was like, yeah, you gonna be quiet and we don't want to hear you. And then I went in on his nut huggers, and then after that he just wanted to fight me. But don't try it, because we will pull it. We have no problem with that. Most comedians look for it.
Okay. All right. Before Niche has to get out of here, I want to ask you a question that a listener just sent in for you guys, and I'm going to start with Niche first because she has to skedaddle, and then I'll go to the other two ladies. Niche, they wanted to know, how does being a comedian affect your personal life, meaning your intimate relationships, if you're in a relationship? All right, Niche, go before you skedaddle, and we ask the same question to the other ladies. Could you tell, first of all, I want to say thank you so very much for tuning in. We appreciate you jumping in the car and riding with us onto your next gig, and we will continue to promote you and keep letting us know what's going on with you so we can let everybody else know as well. Can you tell everybody where they can find you on social media, your website, all that good stuff?
This one here, man.
Okay.
Yay.
It's been
Thank
my
you,
pleasure.
Niche.
Thank you for stopping by. We appreciate you. Now go knock them dead. All right.
Later.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was just Niche. Check her out online. You got all of it. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of that. We'll have it on our site. So if you missed it, we'll post it and you can find her. Question to you, Kiana. Did she let me hang up on her? Kiana, you had some smart comments about you being single earlier. How is the sentiment the same? Oh God, 30s for sale. Mm. All right, that's kind of like you got to show bills to see my skills. Kind of like that. Go ahead.
Yes.
Wow.
Um, Corey,
Okay.
we know you married, and we know you have 5 kids, Corey. How does this, now
Right.
that you've made this career change over the past year, how do you think it has affected, if at all, your relationship, your marriage?
Um, the I think the thing about my marriage is I've been with my husband 15 years. And when I met him, he was an entertainer. He's a drummer. He's a DJ. So he understood when your talent or your gift is your first love. So when we kind of switched roles and he started working, I mean, he still does a lot of entertainment, but now he's my biggest fan. You know, he's
Hmm.
my protector. He's the one that's in my corner. He's my voice of reason. I always tell people everywhere that I go that I have the absolute best husband in the world, and I feel sorry for everybody else because they ain't got him. I already got him. But he's really, really supportive. So it's like when I'm like, look, I have to go. You know, I work my 9 to 5. I'm coming home, line the kids up, kiss them all, and then I have to go right out the door. You know, I have somebody who understands that right now I'm in love with comedy, and he backs me on that. You know, so I don't
Hmm.
really have that power struggle of, oh, you ain't never here, or you know, I don't have that issue, thank God. You know, so he holds it down with the kids, and I have 2 teenage daughters that I have to set the example for. You know, so I have to show them that you guys don't really have a choice, you know, not to do what it is that you're supposed to do to be successful because I'm doing it. So there
Hmm.
is no. So I have the biggest fan club and the biggest cheerleading squad right here in my home that I'm grateful for. So I don't have
All
that problem
right
when they
then.
talking about when they talking about the niggas in the club and everybody. I think everybody done seen my husband, and he looked like he kicked down project buildings for a living. So ain't no comedians trying to come
Watch
over
it. Watch
like,
it.
yeah. So yeah. So
Watch it.
yeah, they not trying me. They not trying me because they know already seen him, and you know it ain't gonna happen.
Okay.
Now, Corey,
Kiana
tell
had a
the
question for
truth.
you. Wait. Sporty. Kiana.
My youngest is 8. So yeah, so it's 19, 16, 11, 10, and 8.
All
Yeah.
right, do that. Go ahead, Sporty.
Oh, no, I was gonna say, Corey, tell the truth. Corey got. Your husband has another wife.
He does, and she is right here on the screen. Always have been. He knew it. She knew him before I did, so you know
All
she
right.
was. This is kind of a forced marriage with him and Angel. So
So it's a sister wife. All right, go ahead, Sporty.
yeah.
I knew you had a question because we have a caller. Go ahead, Sporty.
Yes, I do have a question. Kiana, this question is for you. And I really thought about this one. What was it like being on tour for you? You just came off this awesome tour. Tell me, what was that like? Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. All right, well, that's good for that.
Understood.
All right, we have a caller for you, ladies. So give me just a minute. All right, let me say this for those of you guys who just may be joining us. This is Playing Devil's Advocate. I'm your host, Miss KiKi, the consummate provocateur, and today we're talking about women in comedy. We are joined by Kiana, Dancie, Correy Bell, and we were earlier introduced to Just Niche, who had to leave us for a gig she had to do. So we're not mad at that. If you want to have, ask our comedians a question, you can give us a call at 347-237-5271. Don't forget to press 1 so that we know you're in the queue and you have something you would like to share with us. If you want to post our Facebook wall, feel free to do that at facebook.com/playing devil's advocate, or you can send us a tweet at PDA_Miss KiKi. That's PDA_MSKIKI. But we have a caller. Okay, I am being told by my producer, Ruben, you have a question? Okay, go for it.
Oh man, I have my favorite brother that comes to my shows, one of my biggest supporters, and every time he comes, I talk about, again, real life stuff. My brother who bought a car that never went in reverse, so he couldn't parallel park. He would have to drive around the block. I talk about him all the time, and every time I get off stage, he always look at me like, "Why would you tell people that?" Nigga, because you did it. You bought that car. So yeah, family members are not off limits. All of them, kids, parents, everybody off limits. Ain't nobody off limits.
Kiana?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's right.
There
Everybody
you go,
gets it.
Ruben.
He's Atlanta. Oh.
I just
That
live
voice
here.
sounds too familiar.
You sound just like one.
All right. It, everything is
That
for you, Ruben.
voice,
I ain't
quit
fucking with you
playing.
today. You don't scare me. Get on out of here, boy. I'm about to.
Watch how
Thank you,
you
Ruben.
talk to Kiki.
Hashtag mute yourself. All right. And I've
We're
muted.
going to hashtag watch how you talk
No,
to
it's
Kiki.
girl, Chicago. Kiana, you were in Chicago with Rodney. You were with Sporty. We are serious about where we are from.
Yes,
We are
sir.
very serious. We represent hard. It doesn't matter where we go. We will be in Japan somewhere. People are like, where you from? Instead of saying the United States, we'll be like
Chicago.
Chicago. That's how we do. That's just how we do. Yeah. Oh. Mm. I, well, I'm a nomad, so I go wherever the hell I feel like it at the moment. Give me a moment. I'll probably move someplace else. Lady,
Mm-mm.
Sporty, you got a question for them? Because I do have some that have filed in for them.
Yes, I would like to know, each one of you, to tell us something about yourself nobody would ever know.
Well, if I tell you, then they gonna know.
Well, don't tell that stuff. Tell something else.
Okay.
No, tell something. You can tell it. It don't matter. Listen, don't put no limits on her. She ain't in no damn box. Kiana, you tell us. And we'll give you a moment to think about it because your first response was, I don't know. We're going to go to Corey first, and then you can come back. Go ahead, Corey.
Thanks, Kiana, for the I don't know. Something about me that nobody knows. Oh, well, only a couple people know this, but if it happens, everybody will know. I do not like clowns. Wait a minute. Wait, let's clear this up now. Let's clear this up. I never said I was scared of clowns. I just said I don't like them. I don't prefer to be around them. I don't prefer to have them in my peripheral. I pulled up to a kids' party once, and I saw the clown van out there. I kept driving. My kids to this day still have not forgiven me. They had to be like 1 and 2, and they was like, I thought we was going to the party. I was like, well, that party canceled. We're not going to be able to go. We're not going to the party with clowns ever. So, yeah, that party canceled. Ain't nobody really there. It's the wrong day. Yeah, I didn't really feel bad about that at all. But don't threaten me with a clown. You probably will get everything that I own.
Ah, is that right? Thank you for telling us that. We will use that.
I ain't got much. Don't be mad. I got $3. That's all you getting. That's not a big deal.
Kiana.
I thought roaches went out in the 70s. People still got roaches?
Roaches will outlive us all. Roaches will outlive us all, and the reason why is because some breeds of and I don't know why I know this, but some breeds of roaches.
Ew.
They breathe.
They still exist for real.
They breathe once a day. So if you spray them and they had already took that breath, they ain't gonna die. So here we can move on. We don't want to make you uncomfortable. Roaches.
Right. Yep. And what about if it's a, you know what? And if it's a clown roach, I'm out of here. I don't know. I can't. I'm not doing it. I just can't do it because if you mix both of them together, you know what? Go ahead, kill me. I don't know. Clown roaches are really not in right now. Give me some bed bugs.
Oh my God.
I'll take that.
Okay. Ew, bed bugs. Oh no.
I don't want no roaches.
Okay. Y'all wear me out. Y'all wear me out for y'all not to like roaches. Y'all keep it going. Question for you though. Do you find do you have a routine that you do before every single show that prepares you?
Yes.
Go ahead.
It's called panic. I panic before every show. I do. I'm not lying. I am dead serious. Every time before I go on stage, I have a minor panic attack and play the what if game every time before I go on stage. I am a ball of nerves until I immediately open my mouth and bellow out the first note. I mean like literally, like in Jamaica, I was sitting behind the stage and I was just listening. Now I do this all the time. I'm home. I do it 4 or 5 days a week. No problem. I sit behind the stage and I swear I thought I was going to need a paper bag. But the second that I walked on stage, everything was fine. I was like, God, what if I fall? What if I just don't know. But I don't even know why. But that is my routine, is to panic and then breathe it right on out. That's my routine.
Okay. Kiana, you have a routine?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do you guys, somebody just sent me a message and asked me to ask you guys this, but that wasn't the question I had for you. They want to know, do you use any enhancement, so to speak, so that you can kind of like get in the zone? You know how some people have to drink, some people smoke. Is there anything that you do? No? Kiana, I
No,
think we
I
might have
don't.
been, Kiana, I think we might have been separated at birth. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't have no kids, and I'm single. I think we might have been separated at birth. I'm allergic, so
Right.
Old esophagus,
Old
really?
I've never heard that
esophagus.
before. Old esophagus.
It,
Okay.
it
Oh, oh, oh.
we
We ain't
we
going to sleep.
you
That's it. We talking
we
about
go
clowns, roaches, and old
we go
esophagus. We are not going
we
to sleep.
going until the end of this shit go. You now when you go, that's completely on you. We got a couple more questions, and we got a letter that somebody had some advice that they wanted some advice from you ladies, that we can do. But it's
I
not
just got
time
a
for that.
question too.
People pay for time. People pay for time slots. We can't do that part yet. But my question, like get out my advertising dollars. All right. Here's a question, and that's okay. That's okay. I have a question, and then Sporty has a question. One of the questions that came in for you guys, they wanted to know what are your experiences when it comes to promoters trying to stiff you and not pay you? Have you guys had any experiences with that? And I'll start with you, Kiana, and then we can go to you, Corey.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Go ahead, Corey.
East 1999, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Go ahead, girl. All the way. She in there finna kill, so she missed her Uncle Charles, y'all. She, again, it always goes back to me still being a new kid on the block. They think new means naive, and I've been a businesswoman for as long as I can remember. So it's really more so your people, your people your people, your homies. Those are the ones that try to get you. It's not really the people that are trying to do real business. It's the people that know you that want to stiff you first. Oh, we this and we friends and you my cousin, we sister. Hey sister, we family. And that ain't even my real family. It's just the people that want to call me family. And it's like, oh, you can do these 12 hours for me. Do these 12 hours of jokes. I'm going to give you a peach pie. And it's like, no, it's like, honey, I don't allow people to prostitute my talent and my gift. So I've had them instances, and sometimes to allow me to give you that gift. If I want it to be a blessing to you and step on stage and give it to you, allow me to offer that to you. But don't come
Mm-hmm.
in trying to stiff me, because you think A, I'm a female, and B, that I'm new, and C, or that I just look like I don't know any better. I don't take that. But just like she said, you giving me 50% up front, or depending on the gig and who it is and what it's about, I always make sure that I take care of my business before I step on stage, because unlike an actual product that you can get in your hand, that talent you can't, those jokes and stuff you cannot get back. So you can handle your business before you step on stage.
Got it. Sporty.
Okay, so this awesome question just came in, and Kiana, it is for you. The person said that the only reason it's not for Correy as well is because she is married. They would like to know, Kiana, please ask Kiana for me, what would it take to buy her for a day to see if I can handle her for the rest of her life?
Uh-oh.
Wait, I want to hear the rest of, wait, what was the rest of the question? Buy her for a day?
Please ask Kiana, what would it cost to buy her for the day so I can see if I can afford her for the rest of her life?
Oh, boom, hello. Unused uterus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I guess that's this
There are
one.
no daily rates. Mm-mm. I hate that. Why do random strange try to send you dick pics in social media? Okay,
That's
anyway.
so disgusting. That's a whole
Okay,
nother show. Kiana, he is, oh goodness. Well, this is our show. You know what, Kiana, he's not up to your standards. Seriously. Yeah.
Dang,
He's not
she
up to
didn't even
your
give you a
standards.
glowing endorsement, dude. Sporty just
Look,
she freaking
I
disqualified
know what
you,
she
dude.
like, and for my friends, I know how y'all act.
I ain't tripping.
I know how y'all act.
I ain't tripping. Listen, I am the victim of the hashtag the KiKi experiment. Trust me, I ain't tripping. Y'all know what they doing?
Yeah, when we get through with you, I'm gonna do it to Kiana too.
No.
They created, our producer created this thing called the KiKi experiment. And because I'm single and I'm the only one of everyone who has not had children, it is their mission to now find men, vet them, and see if they are up to standard to ultimately date me and knock me up.
No way.
So, yes way. And here's the thing. I have no control over it. I can't pick. I can't do anything. I have to totally, completely trust my people to do it.
Wow.
So that's why it is an experiment, because we shall see how it turns out. We'll be giving updates on the show. I'll do my confessionals on Periscope, and y'all will know all about it. If it goes bad, y'all will know all about it.
I ain't gonna lie. I promise you, I envy all of the women that are single. I don't know what I would do if I had to date in this day and age. Jesus, I can't wait for my husband to get home. I promise you, because I don't get it. I mean, because it just seems.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay. Question that. Well, yeah. Yeah. I'm just not gonna get in it right now. It's not about me tonight. It's not about me tonight. I want to ask you guys, because this came in from one of the listeners. They want to know, what was your most memorable stand-up routine and what made it memorable for you? And Correy, it's for both of y'all.
My most memorable, oh, it would probably again have to be just this past July, when I was able to um, I opened up for Genuine in Jamaica, and it was an all white party at a dinner of maybe about 400, 500 people. Um, and to be able to, I was going up there with the intent of doing a 15-minute opener, and it just so happens that he wasn't ready at the time. So instead of being up there for 15 minutes, after about 20 minutes, I had to shoot from the hip. So I did about 40 minutes worth of stand up, and at the end, people were laughing and clapping and cheering and, getting my information. And then I got to sit with a couple stars, and it just opened so many doors. And, now it's like videos out and all kinds of stuff. So it is something that that I do relive often, because it was a really proud moment for me to have people from all around the world to see me do what I do and then congratulate me on it. So it was pretty dope.
Oh, cool. Kiana,
And it's on my website too. No, I was saying it. Yeah, it's on my website.
Okay, we'll give them all of that information in a few. What about you, Kiana? Uh-oh, did we lose her?
She went to sleep.
Nah, she ain't go to sleep that fast. She put us.
Wow. Nice.
Okay. Rodney is such a sweetie bear. Somebody's tweeting me talking about me, messaging me talking about some unused uterus.
That was hilarious. Hashtag. Hashtag.
Hashtag that for real.
I'm like, she has no kids. So hashtag unused uterus sporty. Make sure you go ahead and tweet that. Speaking of hashtags. Speaking of hashtag, Kevin Hart, Ashton Kutcher, a lot of celebrities or comedians or comedic actors have really, got in on the ground floor when it comes to social media, and they've taken their careers in another direction based on social media. How do you feel that social media affects your career in any way? Does it help it? Do you use it? Do you forget about it? How does that work out for you? And I'll go with you, Correy.
I am addicted to social media. I'm hoping that my husband doesn't hear me say that, because he always says it, and I don't like for him to be right. Without social media, there's a lot of connections that I never would have made. I'm not one of those people that's shy. I don't have a problem with walking up to people and introducing myself to introducing myself to them, but being able to reach so many people on social media now. Why I just got scolded by somebody else, your sidekick, about not being on Twitter, which is the only thing that I'm not on, and now I'm on Periscope. It's just like, that just gives me another reason to lose another hour of sleep at night, because now I got to find out how to get all these people to follow me. But I live for social media, because that's how I make a lot of connections. So Facebook, Instagram, all Periscope, all of that stuff, I kind of live for it.
Okay, we're getting tweets that says, and I don't have my glasses on, so this is hilarious. I don't have on my glasses or my contacts, so I'm going to hope I read this correctly and I don't sound like I should be hooked on phonics. But they're saying, I do have a college education. I know it doesn't seem like it. They're saying that Kiana's going to get a solicitation case for talking about talking talking about how and they're talking about how they're auctioning me off. Let me check our chat room because I have neglected them today and I feel so bad.
Oh.
They were talking about you guys saying that the Apollo is unforgiven, so you shouldn't feel so bad, Kiana. This is horrible. I think I'm gonna have to put my glasses on and look like my mama for a minute because this is ridiculous. I really sound illiterate, not being able to read this stuff. There are a lot of comments that are coming in. I'll get to them and I'll read them down. But it's time for that Ask PDA letter. We got to get that advice for our listener who has written a letter specifically for you ladies because you are comedians. For those of you guys who just may be joining us, this is Playing Devil's Advocate. I am your host, Miss KiKi, the consummate provocateur. And today we are doing women in comedy, and we have Kiana Dancie with us, and we also have Correy Bell, and they're telling us what life is like as women in the comedy game. We're going to get to our Ask PDA letter in just a moment, and they told me to ask you something. Oh, somebody else is tagging Adele and all of those people about whether what's it like being a woman in the comedy game, but they're tagging everybody. They're tagging all the comedians they can find in all of our stuff, which is good stuff because they need to be supporting one of you ladies, and we'll see what's going on. But today's Ask PDA letter is coming up, and it is brought to you by our producer's drink of the week. And I'm going to go ahead and have her mute all of you guys so that I can read this letter loud and clear. And I will be periscoping. So if you want to watch it on Periscope, I will be doing the Ask PDA letter live on Periscope. So, ladies and gentlemen, hold on tight. It's time for the Ask PDA letter.
Answers. I think I'm entitled. You want answers. You can't handle the truth. At some point, you will be offended by something said on our show. But Playing Devil's Advocate is meant to be a forum for open, honest, and more importantly, judgment-free dialogue. The opinions expressed here may not necessarily be those of our host or the show in general, but we're willing to have the uncomfortable conversation so we can heal and find solutions for our listeners and quite possibly ourselves. Enjoy the rest of the show. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
All right, today's Ask PDA letter is being brought to you by our producer's drink of the week, and we are joined by our women in comedy, Kiana Dancie and Correy Bell. If you hadn't had an opportunity to check out the drink of the week, go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/playingdevilsadvocate. Check out the drink and let us know what you think. So here is the letter. Hey, Kiana, I see you and joined us on Periscope. All right, dear PDA, my wife has always said she wanted to be a comedian. We always go to comedy shows. We watch sitcoms on television, and we've watched almost every comedian's one-night special on cable. Since we both are retiring in about 2 years, we have no children left at home, we've been discussing how we plan to spend our retirement together. During our most recent conversation, she said that she was going to finally take the plunge to start her comedy career. Of course, I laughed. Here's the issue. I think she was actually serious. She has signed up for improv classes, whatever that is, stand-up classes at the at the college annex, and has been writing jokes in a journal. I've tried to tell her that I'm not interested in spending my golden years on the road hitting grimy comedy clubs, and she quipped, quote unquote, "You don't have to." Now, I'm all for wanting to live out your dreams. However, I've never imagined I would spend my old age alone, either because my wife is on the road or because the distance has killed our marriage. What can I tell her that will make her reconsider this decision? I have a healthy sense of humor, but this ain't funny. Signed, No Laughing Matter. So I want y'all to pause on that for a second. I'm going to say what's up to our Periscope listeners. What's up, Felicia Starks? Carrie McCrae, see you up in there. What's up, Papita? It's a whole bunch of you guys that I can't even see your names right now, but thank y'all so very much for the hearts. I will get your answers in just a second on Periscope, but I'm going to go to our guests, Kiana Dancie and Correy Bell, to see what their responses are. So, Correy, you are up first. What would you tell this person?
Oh, first of all, I mean, the hardest thing to not have is the person that you love in your corner. Um, that is definitely the hardest thing. But I mean, are you asking me what should we tell him, or what's the advice that we have for her?
The letter came from him. He wants to know what he can tell us. So you're giving him advice.
Okay, I can't hear you, but I think you said what's the advice that you have for him. Can you hear me?
Yes, the advice is for him.
Okay,
yes, the advice is for him.
The advice that I have for him is, first of all, how rude, for you. I mean, yeah, people joke all the time, but how rude for you to laugh at somebody's dreams, especially once you see that they're serious about them. I mean, me personally, I'm going for what I know, regardless, but I think that it's really, really petty for you, to do that to somebody that you love. I think that you should support unconditionally. You don't necessarily have to, like she said, you don't have to go everywhere and do everything, but if you don't have anything good to say, then don't say anything at all. But don't shoot down anybody else's dreams. But then again, on the other hand, I always say that if people don't laugh at your dreams, they're probably not big enough.
Well, excuse me. All right, Kiana, then you're up with your answer.
Her dreams. Obviously, she's put her dreams off aside for him and the family. So this is the time that he just needs to sit back, kick up his feet, and relax and let her do her. If he can't be supportive, that might be something that she needs to question. Like, is this the man for me? You know what I mean? Because you can't tell me that it's something that he has not done or something he wanted to do and she didn't think was crazy, but she still supported him. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't have no damn advice for him. And you better get his life together before he be single.
Right.
Because a determined woman, baby, a determined woman who got her mind made up about what she want to do won't give a flying fuck about
what you think. Right.
Right, about you, what you think, especially if she feel like she supported you with everything that you've accomplished and everything that you wanted to do, and you turn around and basically shit on her dream. Oh, baby, you better focus.
All right.
Focus on this dream because you about to be single.
All right.
Right.
All right. Well, you know what? Here's an interesting take on this. You guys both thought that he was laughing at her dream. I think that when he said he laughed, he thought she was joking. But I guess in the subsequent conversations, and he found out that she was signing up for the improv classes and going to the stand-up classes, that he realized, oh wait, she's serious. I think at this point now he's realizing that it's very, I think this is indicative, and this is coming from the coach in me. This is very indicative of how people are in relationships and are not communicating effectively what their wants, needs, and desires are, and their expectations are. And she never expressed to him, and on a real level, she may have mentioned she wanted to be a comedian, and he didn't take it seriously because up until this point, she's never ever acted as if it was serious to her. She's never taken the steps. So you've lived your whole life, raised kids in your house. Now it's time for you guys to retire. You think you're going to run off into the sunset and do everything that you're going to do, and you don't even know this lady. So you spent all this time with her, however long y'all been married, and you don't know her. So to expect that she would now put everything on pause because you're like, this isn't what I signed up for. Well, I'm sure she probably didn't sign up for everything that she got during the course of your marriage. There has to be a level of compromise that you need to be willing to give. Otherwise, you will find yourself living out your golden years by yourself because your marriage came to an end because you were not willing to compromise on what you thought the dream was going to be. The dream is with two of y'all, and y'all need to figure out a way to fit both of y'all into the dream. So she's already told you this is a non-negotiable for her, because when you said I don't want to be on the road, and she was like, you don't have to be on the road. She's basically saying this ain't about you.
Right. Right. Take it or leave it.
Well,
better get your mind right, boo, because you're going to be lonely frying eggs and turning and cooking dishes by yourself.
well, I think the only way to end the advice on that is with the lovely PDA sporty poem. And it goes a little something like this. Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm going to tell jokes. Mother had you, motherfucker.
She's here all week, people.
Yes,
all right, guys. Sure, if you want to go ahead and give her some advice, absolutely.
Female, don't look back. Keep pushing forward. Take your classes. But it's nothing like getting on stage. You can over-prepare, but nothing gets you prepared like just getting on stage. Whether like you said earlier, you will either sink or swim.
Yep.
Go do it.
Yeah, I'm all about her pursuing her dreams and her aspirations. Absolutely, you should, but there has to be some middle ground somewhere, guys. And I think, unfortunately, it may be him that have to do the lion's share of the compromise in this situation, because it appears that she has already been compromising. Somebody is sending me a message. They're saying he believes the relationship about serving his needs, and he's sadly mistaken. Absolutely. You know what? It's, my mama say, old fools were once young fools. So, so there's no reason why he wouldn't necessarily fit in that. And shame on you for asking us to give you permission to dash her dreams.
Right.
That wasn't going to happen. And you should know better, because that's not how we roll on here. Thank you to all of you guys on Periscope. We appreciate you guys for tuning in for the letter. God Soldier, thank you for joining us. We do appreciate you. We're going to go back here and wrap things up with our lady comedians that we have on air with us tonight. We have Kiana, Dancie. As a matter of fact, I'm going to leave Periscope up because I'm just that kind of Negro tonight. I'm going to leave Periscope up. And I'm going to let it ride out while we're doing everything we're doing right now, so they can catch the last 15 minutes of this and we can get on out the door. Is that cool with y'all? Y'all mind sharing this on Periscope with everybody?
Cool.
All right, good deal. Sporty, I know you had a question you wanted to ask the ladies. Please, please, please go ahead. And if you guys on Periscope have some questions you want to ask our comedians, Kiana Dancie, she's in here on Periscope, and I think Corey's going to join us as well. Corey Bell is there. You can ask those questions on Periscope, and we'll say them on the show for everybody to hear as well. But in the meantime, in between time, Sporty is going to ask a question to our ladies.
Yes, I do have another question from the ladies. This one came in from another listener, and they would love to know, when you create your jokes, let's just put this, I gotta read the English properly here. Essentially, they want to know, who do you tell your jokes to before you tell them on stage?
The audience. I don't. There's no preference for me. I work so much, so sometimes I don't have time. I don't have the luxury of going to an open mic to work a new joke out. But if I do have that luxury, if I do get that time to go to an open mic, it's random people in the club. I do an open mic night and throw it out there. But the best way to get new material off of you is just when you on stage and you working, put it right in the middle of your set. And if that don't work, you can always build it back up with something that you know will work.
Yeah, that's what I do. I don't like write them and then say like my husband or something. Hey, listen to this. What do you think about this? I go, I do it now. I, on the other hand, do a lot of open mics. So like fillers, I just throw them right out there and see if they bite. And if they do, then fine. And if not, then fine. I'll try them somewhere else, and then I'll go back and revamp them or add on to them. But yeah, I don't practice them. I'll write them and read them, and then a lot of them will come, based off. A lot of the jokes come from off the top of my head, based on the energy of the crowd and the type of crowd it is. So that will determine the types of jokes that I tell for that night. Some of them will be scripted. Some of them are going to come, based on the energy and environment. So most of the time, if I'm doing anything, it's coming right from the pen and paper straight out to the audience.
Makes sense.
Cool.
So
Now, I ain't gonna say it always works. I'm sorry.
One of the questions I was gonna ask, and my Periscope just died, so I forgive y'all. Y'all got to forgive me. Those folks on Periscope, sorry, party's over for y'all.
Just like that.
This shit, this is what happens. This y'all supposed to be listening to the show anyway. That would have been a bonus, a treat anyhow. For you, ladies, what do you find? Do you have a specific writing style? You just kind of take notes, mental notes on what you see, and then say, you know what, I'm gonna write a joke about that, or, you know, do you find that your style is more I guess let me ask a better question. Scratch that. Do you find that your style is more of a storytelling, or let me get a joke out there? What do you find is your style?
Correy? I think mine is basically a combination of both. Again, depending on the setting and where I am. A lot of times, as far like I write, but it's like I keep a notebook with me, and it's like as soon as it pops in my head, I just put it in the book, or I'll put it in the notes in my phone, and then I'll go back to it and build on it. But the easiest way to do it, because most of the time it's your everyday life that the funny shit comes. So it's like you can be walking down the street, and you know that's when you see it, and it's like, oh, let me write this down, and I'll come back to that later. So my style, like I said, is a lot of shooting from the hip, and then a lot of writing what I see as soon as I see it and going back to it. So it's basically a combination of both.
And what about you, Kiana?
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. Perfect. There's a bunch of questions that we have. What advice would you give to an aspiring comedian? And I'm going to start with you first, Kiana, because you've been in it a little bit longer, and this may be of service to Correy.
As a comic, you look at things with a different eye. Everything is going to have to be funny. Everything can be funny, so nothing's off limits. So I would say, get a book called The Comedy Bible. Keep your notebook with you so that you can always write down something, or send yourself a text, or however you keep notes for what's going on. Ask other comics, find a mentor, align yourself with somebody that's doing something that you want to do. Most importantly, stay on stage, because there's nothing better than working that muscle, and you just have to do it. There's no right or wrong way. You will figure your way out. There's so many people who are successful and they just got there and don't know why. So everybody will get their opportunity. So just keep doing you.
All right, that was from the words, for those of you guys on Periscope, we're back on there. Those are words of advice from our female comedian here, Kiana Dancie. And since Correy Bell hasn't been doing comedy all that long, she is a newbie in the game. I'm going to see if she has anything, because she may have a fresh perspective. Sometimes the longer you've been in something, you might not know, but just as a starter, it might help somebody just to get up and start. What would you say to an aspiring comedian? Correy Bell?
What I would say is always turn your fear into fuel, because being new is going to be everything is going to be scary. You have the audience that'll be intimidating. You'll have other comics in the room that'll be intimidating, and nothing is worse than walking in a room full of comics and all you hear them talking about is, oh yeah, well I was on Def Jam, and I was on Comedy Central, and I was on this and the other, and I was like, well I was just on 63rd and Hall Street a couple minutes ago, but I mean, That's not as far as I got. They all swapping success stories, and I don't have it. And so when I like she said, be consistent, always be seen. Don't be afraid to talk to people. Everybody's not going to think that you're funny. Everybody's not going to laugh at you. And that's okay, because it really only takes one or two people that matter to notice your talent in order for you to get to where you need to be. So I always say, if you're nervous, just turn it into fuel and just jump on stage, everything that you have, and leave it on stage every time that you go. Leave your everything there.
Great answers from you ladies. I appreciate that. We have one last question for you guys before we ask you guys to wrap up, give your final words, and let everybody know where they can find you. That question is, if you could take your career, and Kiana touched on this a little earlier, if you could take your career from stand-up comedian to blah, 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 what would that trip look like for us if we saw it? And I'll start with you, Kiana, since you already have an idea, and then Corey, we'll give you a moment since you're new to this. You're still feeling the goods of it.
Well, my goal is to create work so that I can always work. I'm a producer. I have a production company, so my goal is to produce content, whether that's television shows, that's webisodes, that's promoting shows that I can put myself to work. So in my mind, I'm an author, I'm a producer, I'm an actress, I'm a stand-up comic. But see, you got to get there some way. So my platform is being a stand-up comic. I've already produced some projects. We had some wins, we had some losses last year, but we haven't given up. So at the end of the day, I'm working on the book. So it's just, hey, you will see me. There's no way around it. You will see me.
Perfect.
I'm losing steam. That's why I ain't talking no more, girl. It's time.
Girl, we wrapping it up. So you only got a couple more minutes. As soon as Corey tells us what we would see the trajectory of her career look like, and you tell us where everybody can find you, you can go ahead and ski that. Matter of fact, hold on to that, Corey. We're going to let Kiana tell our audience everywhere they can find her, what to look for, and then we'll go to you. She can be excused because we already know she, running out of gas. Go ahead, Kiana. Go ahead.
Also, I own a social media app called MIPTags, MIPTAGS. MIPTags allows you to put all your social media on one page. It's pretty dope. Download the app on Apple and your Android. That's about as much as I can give you right now on that one. Also, I'm Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Periscope. I'm all those things. My Facebook is Comedienne, the feminine way. That's my fan page, Comedienne, Kiana, Dancie. And my hashtag is Pretty Funny Chick. And I don't know who it was earlier today. Someone mentioned that, you always get the whole, "Ooh, you pretty funny for a girl." Okay, well, that's where it came from. The Pretty Funny Chick came from the fact that people always say, "Oh, you pretty funny for," so there it is. But yeah, I am the person speaking to you on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. So if you ever hit me, it will be me responding.
Well, there it is. Thank you so much, Kiana. We appreciate you stopping by and staying awake for us. I don't know. It's been my pleasure. You got to come back, especially after you finish that book. I don't know what the book is about, but we won't talk about it, okay?
So the fact that I can get in this bed,
Well, thank you.
Bye, y'all. I love you. Y'all take care.
Kiana.
Feel free to call me.
I am. Don't think that I won't. I'm going to call you. I promise you I am.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye, honey.
Bye, honey.
Boom. A connect.
Awesome.
You see it right here.
All right. You see that? You see how it works? I got all this stuff working together. Periscope, Google Chat, Twitter, Instagram, all of that stuff right here, right now on Playing Devil's Advocate. Right now we down to one comedian. One. Last one in. What did I say? Last one in, first one out. She's last one in, last one out. Right before we get out of here. Corey, can you please share with us what you would like to see your career blossom to if we were to look at you a few years down the line.
Man, you know what? It's so fresh right now. It's like the possibilities are endless. I want to sell out arenas. I want to see the world. I want to make the world laugh. That is what I want to do, whether it's through stand-up, whether I'm on some television show. Believe it or not, I've always had a dream to be a game show host. I want to be a game show host. I know, it sounds crazy. But
No, it's not.
I want my goal, and you see it hashtag all the time. I just want to make people laugh, and I want to do it to the masses. I want to be able to do it in different languages, you know. So whether it's traveling, doing stand up, whether it's being a writer, writing for companies, that's what I want to do. But I want to, when it's time for me to finally, you know, lay down and take my rest, it'll be after, you know, I've created a name for myself in the comedy world. So anybody that's listening that just might want to pick me up, I'm available.
Got it. With that being said, it is time for us to wrap this thing up. So for those of you guys who have been watching us on Periscope, thank you so very much. We appreciate you. We love you. And again, we had Kiana Dancie. That's at Kiana Dancie on Twitter. Same thing right here on Periscope. She's the same comedian, the female word comedian, Kiana Dancie on Facebook. Check her out. We had Just Niche earlier today. Twitter, she is I am Just Niche. And she's also Just Niche on Facebook. I don't remember what and she's Just Niche on Instagram. And I don't even know if she's on Periscope. But y'all check her out. And right now we have Correy Bell. Correy, tell us again, everybody, where they can find you, please.
You can find me at the Swap Meet on 127th at the Swap-A-Rama, selling old gym shoes. No, I'm joking. You can find me. I do have a website, and it is CorreyBell.com, and it's CorreyBell.com. The links to my YouTube page with all of my videos, ones from Jamaica, on there. On Facebook, I am Correy Boyd, L-Y-D, Bell. I kept my last name for publicity purposes. And on Instagram, I'm on Instagram as Correy Bell, same thing, CorreyBell, and I am now on Periscope. Hello, somebody follow me, do it right now, as Comedienne Correy B. So, and I just want to say to KiKi Angel, this is an absolute pleasure and a blessing. And thank you all so much for affording me the opportunity to hang out with y'all. I love y'all.
Girl, it's our pleasure to have you. Yeah, you have definitely. Just like it's an open door policy. Once you come on the show, you're family. So you can come drop by. You know how you go over your family house without calling and shit? You can do that right here, too. Like, girl, I need to come on the show. I got some shit to say. Come on in. We appreciate that. And thank you so much for taking time out and kicking your husband and 5 kids out the house for you to do it. We appreciate that very much. For those of you guys, on behalf of Cousin Chan, Sporty Spunky Angel, our incredible invisible intern, the absent slaps something like a pimp, Andreas Ferguson, I'm KiKi Richardson. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week where we do married, single, and divorced. Bam! We're going to have a married couple, we're going to have single people and divorced, and we're going to talk about all the differences in those types of relationships. So make sure that you tune in, share it with a friend. We appreciate you here and now, but I'm tired. I'm out the door. I can't do no more. Sporty Spunky Angel, can you tell me if there is something else that they need to know about us? What do they need to do?
Y'all need to Google us, bitches.
That's right. Google us, bitches. I'm out. Y'all ready to have a KiKi?
Yes, I got my maracas ready.
All right, guys. We are out the door. Can't do no more. Thank you so much, Correy Bell, Kiana Dancie, and Just Niche. We'll see y'all next time. Show the ladies some love. Let's go. Honey.
You're listening to Playing Devil's Advocate, hosted by my baby, Miss KiKi. Are you all in my business? Yeah, you don't have no business. You don't want me to embarrass you in front of your little friend. You are something else. You know that? You are something else.